Okay, so it's Sunday morning and it's throwing it down with rain. Bit windy, so what we decided to do, we've got these troughs which I'm going to put my sweet peas in. So instead of starting them off in little pots, which I already got some started off in pots, these troughs are going to go along that fence in our back garden here. So we're going to do some for the allotment, but these two troughs, I'm doing two troughs, are actually going to be for our back garden. And what we do with these is, these have got the bottom of the tray, which I think is absolutely brilliant. It's where it's a self-watering basically. When I say self-watering, you've got a tube which goes in there, and the water collects in like a sump at the bottom. So when you want to water, instead of watering the top, you water down the tube, and it goes into the bottom and sucks it up through the bottom onto the roots, which is obviously far better for us. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fill this up with my pea. Right, what we're using to fill it here is multi-purpose compost, which we get from, well, I get from B&Q. Now last year it was actually £5.99, £6 for 125 litres. This year it's gone up to £6.75, but I still think it's worth it. It's not a bad compost. Now what I'll do with the compost, I'll actually put some slow releasing fertiliser in. I'll mix it in now ready, and just give it a mix up. I'll put a bit more in on the next layer, because I think sweet peas quite like a lot of fertiliser or compost. Okay, so I'll just carry on doing this, and then we'll put the seeds. Right, well, what I've done with the sweet peas, I've actually soaked them for 24 hours. Do you reckon it makes the shell softer and easier for them to start to germinate? So I've done these. I've got another packet which I'm going to put in another trough, and I'm not going to do it. I just want to see what the difference is. Well, I'm also doing what's called trailing sweet peas, so I'm not even going to. I'm going to see if they just germinate exactly the same time as these. So I'm just going to put these in now. I'm going to put them on top first, just to see where I want them, and I'll just push them down in. Normally I don't normally do them like this. I normally do them in small pots, and then break them up and separate them and put them in my troughs. But this year I'm just going to try it this way, because I've got room in the greenhouse underneath the bench for them to go. But if some don't germinate or show, I can always I'll do some in a pot separately, so they can actually fill in where they don't come up. We love the sweet peas because the scent and the flour, because the more you cut them, the more you seem to get. So I'm quite pleased with. Got a few in there. So all I've got to do now is sprinkle more compost over the top. Right, so that's the sweet peas in the trough done. We're going to move on now to do in the hanging basket. So here's one for the hanging basket. I've already put some of the slow releasing fertiliser in. Got the sweet peas. These are hanging for the hanging basket, trailing basically. So let's get these. What are these ones called? Spencer Special Mix. So I'll put these in. Now these have not been soaked, so it's going to be interesting to see the difference. The ones I've soaked and the ones I haven't soaked, because the ones I soaked are obviously in that trough there. think there's a little bit of what's name. People say soak them, other people say you don't need to. I'm going to put all these in here because I can add a middle plant in and let them cascade over, hopefully. But that'll be a later date. I just want to get these started. So just cover these over. Okay, so that's that done. So I think all that needs to be done now is have a cup of tea and mark them up what they are, which is very important so you don't forget actually which seeds are in what. Okay, so without further ado, what we're going to do now, we're going to do our Brussel Sprouts. It's an F1 variety, Brendan. It says outstanding winter crops. So I'm doing it my normal method into the toilet roll holders, which obviously then, when it starts, I can put straight into the ground. So the seeds are very, very small on these, so I might get 2 to a station, or it doesn't really matter. I've already put a few in, so I'm just going to finish this off now, and possibly 2 to each one, so I'm hoping one germinates, and that should be it. So I'll put some back down a little bit. Looks like there's 3 in that one, but never mind, eh? I can always get rid of it. A little bit on top. Spread it over. And what I'll do, because there's no drainage in the bottom of this black one, I'll fill it with a little bit of water, let the toilet roll soak it up, and when it starts to dry off, I'll then spray it. So I'll put these straight onto my heated bed. Okay, last but not least for today, on our seed planting, we're going to be doing aubergines. I think this says galine or whatever it's called. I'm not too sure, but we're going to plant them. I'll put 2 seeds per pot, and yeah, as you can see, these are quite small. I like to. I've only ever done aubergine once before. It was I think it was 2 years ago, and it was. I'd never even eaten aubergine until 2 years ago. So I've decided, as they say, is to actually grow what you eat. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing this year. Only growing what I eat. Because the other year I'd done quite a bit of kale, and I had chickens then, and we weren't that fond of the kale, but they didn't go to waste. Because the chickens had it, so I used to throw it into their pen. So it didn't actually go to waste. But this year I'm only going to grow, hopefully, what we're going to eat. So the aubergine just over there. Listen on that. I'll put these on the heated bed. So that's it. That's it basically for this weekend. All I've got to do now is mark them up, put them on a heated bed, and that'll do us for today. Because what I'm looking forward to is the football match this afternoon. So that'll be it for today now. Alright, bye now for this weekend, and hope everybody else has a good one.